And our fifth and final presenter for the individual section is Mr. Kanshiro Tomi. Please start.
Good afternoon. Before introducing my tour, I'd like to ask you one question. Why do you travel? Only to see famous spots? No. I think we travel to learn. To learn, we go to the places where we don't know about. And what do you know about Japan? Modern Japan looks like this. Cherry blossom, sushi, urban cities like Osaka and Tokyo. I think you may know these places already. Modern Japan, these places are really cool to travel, and most of foreign tourists go see these places too. But isn't it kind of typical? Isn't it only surface of Japan? It's like Discovery Channel. Don't you want to go deeper? Don't you want to know Deep Japan, which only Japanese know? So let's go to Deep Japan. Where is it? Where can you learn something new? The answer is in local villages. That's what I'm talking about today, Deep Japan. Deep Japan looks like this. Local villages are where the very heart of Japan can be found. Many people living in city actually came from local places like this, and they still carry the sensation of slow village life in deep down of their heart. But these little villages are disappearing these days. Everybody's moving to city, and you won't have much more time to see this really deep Japan much longer. So let's go to one of these places before they disappear. And here is the good news. The place I'm thinking about, Cahaya Village. It's not in Hokkaido or it's not in Niigata, where way out of the woods. That's only 1 hour drive from center city of Osaka. And it's not crowded like Kyoto or Mount Fuji, even though natural scenery here is tremendous. And I made a tour called Furusato Therapy. The concept of the tour is this: learn a slow village life and heal your body and soul. If you go there, it will change your life because it will teach you a slow village life. It's about how to go slow, how to appreciate the nature around you in your life, to be relaxed, to heal yourself, not to be thinking about your iPhone or email all the time. So, it's a learning experience. I will explain more about Furusato therapy in detail. First part, outline. Outline of the tour looks like this. It's an overnight trip from 9 a.m. day 1 to 5 p.m. day 2 for a group of 20 to 25 people. Please read the outline of the tour. I will explain more in detail later on. So next part, activities. Now, I will take you to Furusato therapy. Are you ready? Forget about your iPhone or email, and let's go. The bus first takes you to Jinai Street, which has unique, attractive features. First feature is old houses and streets. This place has about 40 houses built 400 years ago. Look at it. Can't you hear the long history of Deep Japan is breathing? People still live in these places too. And one of the houses is registered as an important Japanese properties. And second feature, unique cafes and shops. Do I mean unique cafes like Starbucks? No, I mean like this. You can drink Japanese tea and feel hundreds of years of history in this old building. Moreover, you can find over 30 shops which you can find Japanese traditional meal or handicrafts. And after enjoying old houses and streets, we are going to hike Mount Congo, which is the highest mountain in Osaka and the most beautiful as well. This is the way in to even deeper world. This mountain, in summer, you can see fireworks from at the top of the mountain. In the fall, color leaves warm your heart. In the winter, magnificent trees are covered with snow. And if you're lucky, you can see diamond dust snow. Isn't it beautiful? And at the top of the mountain, we do yoga. Make our body connected to nature, and we are relaxed. And stress will go out. We do it with the villagers. The villager will teach you yoga, also about their village life, how they live, what they eat, and so on. Not only can you do yoga in beautiful nature with the villagers, but also you can do hammock yoga or hot yoga when it's winter time. Peaceful furusato therapy. You can refresh yourself from any kind of stress. That's therapy. And in the evening, we stay in the hotel located at the top of the mountain. Japanese traditional nabe dish and big bath, the stars. It's the same lifestyle as people in deep Japan. And next day is free time for more activities. These activities. What I strongly suggest is eating local food, tofu. People in this village have been making tofu since 1770s for over 300 years. And you can still eat that spiritual tofu here. And sadly, it's time to go home. But you go back home with the sensation of slow village life, deep Japan. You learn something new. So last part, cost and main target. This tour only costs $180, including yoga with the villagers and all the transportation by bus and hotel with the dinner and breakfast. And this tour has 3 main targets, which is tourists who come to Osaka, and Korean tourists who come to Osaka, and American women who practice yoga. And this tour is appealing to a lot of people. So to sum up the feature of the tour, you can learn a slow village life. And heal your body and soul. So, why don't you get away from the world of so many noises and lights? Instead of city, come here and learn how to take things more slowly. If you go there, it will teach you a lot. It will change your heart. It will change your mind. This is Furusato therapy. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tomi. And now we'll go to the judges for the question and answer session.
Thank you. Over here. Thank you very much for your presentation. It's really a beautiful spot. I'd like to go myself. Perhaps, forgive me if I just could confirm. How long was the tour again? How many days?
It's 2 days,
2 days.
overnight trip.
Okay. I guess I'd like to ask two things. One, how will you help the local population interact with the foreigners? Especially as it seemed like there were a number of groups and languages that would be involved, that would be targets. And also, it did seem very inexpensive for including the hotel and food.
What? What?
The,
What
sorry.
was it? Sorry.
Second, the tour would include the hotel and the food?
Uh-huh.
Okay, it did seem very inexpensive,
Really?
which, if possible, is lovely. I just wondered, how will this very little expense be realized? How will it be made so cheap?
It's cheap, you said.
Yes.
Okay.
How will you basically make a profit with such a low price?
Okay. Can I ask you one more?
Yes.
Can you repeat the first one?
Sure,
too?
sorry. And I know you have limited time, I'm sorry. Let me limit that to the first one, since you have limited time. How will you help the local people interact with the visiting foreigners?
Okay.
Because it would seem like multiple languages would be needed.
Okay. So, in terms of language, people in this village is eager to learn English. And actually, people in this village hold like international meeting or international kind of event several years in a year. So they're learning. And also, the cost is cheap, but this tour is to activate this local village. And I'm from local division of Cahaya Village. And there is financial surplus in this Cahaya Village. It's about 90 million yen. And I can get the resource from it.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. And now for our second question.
Tom-san, thank you very much for your great presentation. I like your proposal. And my question is which foreign countries is your target market to sell or to appeal your Furusato therapy?
So basically, it's appealing to all of the tourists who come to Osaka, but mainly I'm approaching to Korean and American. The reason why I try to approach to Korean is because Mount Congo, what I explained in this presentation, is really appealing to them because there is the mountain called Mount Congo in Korea, and it was really popular at the time, but that mountain in Korea was shut down because it's between North Korea and South Korea. And recently, Mount Congo in Japan is noted by Korean people, and they started to come Mount Congo. That's one of the reasons why I try to reach to Korean. And for Americans, yoga is something that attracts American people a lot. They are into yoga especially. Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And now let's go to the audience for a question. I have this lady, young woman here.
Thank you for a speech. I'm from your same university. My name is Mizuki. I was glad you stand here. But I have a question. You mentioned that villagers teach yoga, but I think need a teacher of yoga. What do you think?
Okay, so I think we're going to teach the villagers yoga first. So that's one of the tour actually. What I explained is that tourists do yoga with the villagers, and villager will teach tourists yoga and also teach them about their slow village life at the same time. So,
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. And thank you, Mr. Tomi, for a very interesting presentation.